iSpani. I stand up, I get up, mapeli moya shona kona. Shobuluza, focus, come on, be a go-getter. I shona kona, stay focused. Opportunities, you gotta grab this, you gotta fight it, skills.
Githi vuka mawlel vuka zanzal igama umekubelele shubo face sanibona lapha emakhaya and a salute to all my hustlers githi imoto noma yini ehlangane nemoto bafethi yenze inhliziyo yakho igijime ngithi namhlanje sikuphathele into ezikhala kahle njoba ke iSpani is bringing you another special njoba silana ke at the recent held 2014 South African Automotive Week ukuphinde futhi kube indawo kade banjule yona iRMI's National Round of the World Skills South Africa competition la ke sohlangana namasters wethu amathathu esiwakhethile bancintisana nabanye ke ama-apprentices ahamba phambili khona la eMzansi njoba ke bafuna ukungena lapha eqembini lethu lesizwe. I feel a national anthem coming. Go Sisi girl. Check this out. The South African Automotive Week bafethu umcimbi ke obanjwa mnyaka nomnyaka owaziwa mhlaba wonke jikelele njenge trade show nokunye futhi okuningi. Lokhu ke ukuhlakaniphi kwase-Afrika okuhlangene okugqugquzela ke i-trade ngisho nokubambisana nokuvula ke amathuba khona lapha ukwenzeni imoto namanye ke ama-sectors ahambiselana nale ndawo.
The World Skills competition has been going for quite some time now. It started in the 50s, and what has happened is about in the 1980s, South Africa affiliated as a member of the World Skills organization. About 2 years ago, the RMI was asked to champion and to be custodian of the 3 motor skills, which is automotive technology, your mechanics, your car painting, which is your spray painting, commonly known as, and your auto body repair, which is your panel beating. Since 2012, the RMI has taken custodianship of those 3 motor skills, and we've been championing it together with our partners. All the partners that you see around here have come together, sponsored the event, and for the first time ever, we are having a national competition at this level, at this magnitude.
The significance of a competition, it promotes local talent, it highlights the necessity for skill, it exposes the skill and hopefully creates interest amongst other youngsters.
Getting a good engineer is for that person to start at a fitter level, then move into artisanship, probably into technologist and then an engineer. So the skills have been diminishing, and at this point in time, it is probably the most inappropriate time to do such events that is a showcase of youth, because the competition caters for age groups from 17 to 22 years. And that's the purpose of this show and the World Skills, is to create awareness to the youth of what the technical skills are all about, showcase what it's all about so that the youth can see what it's all about, and then hopefully entice them to come into this world, into trades and skills and technical skills, take on that type of careers, and bolster what we have a deficiency of. The main purpose is to show that technical skills, trades, is a glamorous career prospect. And by doing that, it's to lure and attract youth to enter into those or embark on those career ventures. And then become tradesmen, trades ladies and artisans and so forth.
Ngithi-ke akahlangane nama-hustlers ethu amathathu ezabe sibalandela sibakhasa bafethu njengoba-ke bazongena emncintiswaneni ozothatha amalanga amathathu endleleni yabo yokungena laphana ku-World Skills Finals ngonyaka ozayo. Ngithi hi, my name is who? Asibabone.
My name's Willem Nel. I'm from Rudderpoort in Rudderkranch, and I'm here for the World Skills competition.
Kinan Tebaleng Siema. I'm originally from Limpopo. No kidula mo Tembisa, kidara spray painting.
Nage Chaviso ni Chi Mohale. Ke tswaletse ko Polokwane. Ko pleke wa bitsang Bolobedi. Ke tsene sekolo ko teng until grade 5. So from grade 5 ka movela ko Alexander. Ka kena sekolo ko Torpok. Ka kena primary ko teng until grade 7. Ha ke fetsa ka ya ko Rosefield Technical High School. Khola like ne ke le motho wa rata o etsa dikoloi vela ga le trata wa ke le drive around the whole day yabo ke build dikoloi any car ne ke etsa ga trata le le tena vele ke shape hands tena sa teng is shape hands and then just drive me wa ka ya wa mputsisa all the time gore ke batla o etsang ke rata eng then ka mhlalosetsa or no na ke rata dikoloi ke rata o lokisa dikoloi le ena ka yo bona mama ka koloi ya hae ke mo eletsa yona ke mo lokisetsa yona.
Ke goletse ko Mokopane, ke dirile matric wa ka ko Mokopane. Gae ne ile magaeng ya like magaeng, so everything ne ile kuwa like ke dirile matric wa ka ko sekolong se senyane. Ba se bitsa Mpirwa secondary school. Ke dirile matric ka 2012. Ne ke dira maths le science. Then ke tlile mo Gauteng last year 2013. Ne ke dira donated courses. Ke dirile electrical engineering N3 up to N6. Now I'm doing an apprenticeship go SAA.
When I was very young, my father used to service his own cars and work on it and stuff. So as I grew older, I started helping him, and I tried to understand how it all works and stuff. And as I grew older, the passion just kept on growing and growing. So that's how it basically started. And then last year, I wanted to take a gap year, but my father pushed me into the direction. So he gave me a lot of support and stuff. So he helped me a lot on that side.
Willem het van kleins af baie belang gestel aan motors. Hy het gewoonlik klein motortjies wat hy van koop het uitmekaar uitgehaal. Dit is gewoonlik net 'n dag daarna, dat is dit net wiele en bodies en stukke wat lê. Hy het hulle nooit aan mekaar neergesit nie. Hy stel maar van kleins af aan motor. Enige motorprogram op TV, Top Gear, sport, enigiets met motors te doen, was hy altyd betrokke mee. Ek het ook baie keer my motor self gediens. Hy het my altyd gehelp. En totdat hy dit later homself, ek het bygesit en hy het dit self gedoen.
Chilling in my coop. Get us Thomas cautious at the South African Automotive Week. Sibheke the creme de la creme yama artisans ahamba phambili khona la eMzansi njengoba ke bafuna ikhundla basendleleni yabo yokungena lapha ku the World Skills Finals ezenzeka lapha eBrazil bafethu. This thing is like a final. So ngithi ngiphethe ama-hustlers amathathu, amalanga amathathu, ama-task amane ekumele bawucedile bafethu. Ngabe ke one of the hustlers is gonna be the winner. Asazi. Kodwa right now I'm saying check out this.
Three competitions on the go. We start off on my extreme left, auto body repair. 4 competitors, 4 tasks currently on the way. Well on the way, when they complete task 1, they will switch and move on to task 2. Right behind me, automotive technology, commonly known as mechanics. They are not mechanics, they are automotive technologists. 4 competitors there. And on my extreme right, We've got vehicle painting, commonly known as spray painting. 4 competitors there as well, looking like astronauts. Automotive technology well on the way. I see some parts and screws and tools lying around.
Currently, what is happening behind me is the second phase in the World Skills competition. We started off with the theory-based competition, which we had 35 candidates participate. We now ended up with the top 4. From this top 4, they are competing right now behind me. They'll be going through a series of practical tests in which they will be, all of them will be given certain marks and all of that, and we'll end up with the top 2. From these top 2, we'll be going through to the national competition in next year, Auto Mechanica.
William Nelge ukompita khona lapha na automotive technician category. We apprentice khona lapha na Mercedes.
We have 4 participants here. Currently over here we have the cylinder head. Here a learner has to strip, assess and reassemble the cylinder head. This is the second of 5 stations. Here they will perform 3 skills. It will be brake fault finding, electrical fault finding and EFI fault finding. Brake fault finding takes 2 hours. EFI fault finding is 2 hours, and electrical fault finding is 45 minutes.
Firstly, you have to understand how our engine basically works. If you get that concept correct, then you just need to know your parts basically. But there's a lot of parts, so you'll need to concentrate while you're learning. So,
this is station 3. Here the apprentice is expected to strip, assess and reassemble the gearbox. This practical takes 3.5 hours. Okay, this is station number 4. Here the apprentice is expected to strip, assess and reassemble the rear-wheel drive diff. This practical takes 2.5 hours.
Qualities that I'm looking for in the competitor, obviously we need one of time management. They need to manage their time. They have a limited time to complete these tasks, and they are allowed to move forward and start doing other tasks as well. So time management is extremely important. The housekeeping and the safety aspect also critical. We demerit quite a lot on the safety aspect, so they need to observe the safety criteria. And of course we're looking for somebody that is good under pressure. They need to be able to think, they need to plan ahead, and they need to work under pressure.
Unthabele Nsima ke uwenza ke i-car painting apprenticeship nayo ke i-SAA technical.
Ke gola malume wa ka o dirile electrical engineering and then a rata ntlhalosetsa ka letse dintsi tsa electrical he motlhagasiso then le nna ka ba interested mo and then ke sa dira bo my grade 6 so e go fitla ko high school my wish it was to do electrical futhi ya ne ngakhatla electrical. Since from Kiba Munyani, beginya ko ba electrician all along. Eke apply ko SAA, ke apply la for electrical instrumentation. Then bampotsa gore space is crazy, so I have to choose between structures, mechanic and painting. then ka choose painting because be ke sa tsebe gore ko structure se go tlhagang and mechanic ne ke no itshaba ke no ipetsa gore nka se dire mechanic.
The competitors are all doing what we term the design panel. The build-up to the design panel is first they take the bonnet, they prepare it for painting, so they would sand it, they would put the primer on. Then the primer is sanded as well so that they can get a smooth surface to put the top coat on, which is, in this case, it is a white background. What we've asked the contestants to do is to replicate the South African flag on the bonnet. They've been given the dimensions of the flag and the colors have been pre-mixed, so they don't have to mix the colors, but they do have to do the intricate masking which is required to get the shapes and the size of the flag correct. This is quite a big project for them, and it is worth 30% of their score. So it's in their own interest to take their time and to do very precise work on this particular project.
The first task that the auto body repairers need to do in the competition is the paintless dent removal. So that's this whole section up here. There were 21 dents that were put onto the door on purpose. On this side here, 13 have already been removed. There was no painting involved here. They were removed with a skill called paintless dent removal. And on this side here, this is what it looked like before we started. So that's the first discipline, right? So the second discipline, task 2, is to repair a large dent. So we put a dent in the door which disturbed these two body lines. The dent extended all the way up to the door lock and all the way down into this area. So the competitors, he has to remove the dent and give us a clean filed finish. This task, the apprentice or the competitor, he's been given 5 hours to do the task. Just to go back to PDR, the PDR task was for 3 hours. The PDR experts, just to give you an idea, only took a half an hour to do this. Okay, so it's a huge skill, and when you master it, you're very quick with it. On this task, a qualified journeyman took 2 hours and 10 minutes to do this task. So the competitors have got 5 hours to do it, so there's more than enough time to do it. Okay. The third task, we are simulating a rust repair. So the rust repair entails taking out a section of the door, detaching it from the door, making up a new piece of metal that will fit in that exact space, fitting it back, welding it into position, folding it over the back, and putting sealer at the back. So what we want to see there is a clean filed finish where there's no filler required. Okay, so task 4 entails repairing a dent that was in this panel. In order to repair the dent, we have to detach the panel. So we have to cut through the panel. We have to undo all the spot welds at the top, on the sides. We have to detach the panel, repair the dent, fit the panel back, and re-weld it into position and file it to a clean metal finish.
Competition ba introduce ko nna ke introduce ke NF. Bese ba ngentshara ko yona this competition, and then rangwala a test to like it's actually 4 stages. So the first stage na rangwala test theory, and then ka pasa test la bese vele this is the second stage to more
Uthabiso Mohale wenza ke auto body repair apprentice nayo ke i-dent doctor.
Namo competition ke batla o e fa ntshongwe le ngwe ke nang le yona gore go batla o etsa mosebetsi on, and ke go Brazil, but most important ne ke batla o thola experience e ngata from this competition, not only o ya go Brazil but experience e ngata gore ke tla kgone o further my knowledge of.
Me and Jason had a bit more training than the other guys, so I think he is my main competitor. So.
babukele emakhaya uma sibuya emva kwekhefu sesho sayimela wena yenza isiqiniseko ukuthi awunyakazi la ukhona otherwise uzophuthelwa. Get hustlers, iSpani silapha ke at the South African Automotive Week. Aphinde futhi kube ikhaya layo ke iRMI's World Skills South Africa National Competition. Ngithi ke umncintiswano soqalile bafethu ama-hustlers ethu amathask wangenile ngithi basele ngamalanga amabini mhlambe ke nama-task amabini ekumele bawucedile ngaphambi sibone ukuthi ubani uzofinyelela ayongena laphana kuma-nationals ngoMay ngonyaka ozayo. But before that, ake sithola amanqampunqampu kuyo sisipula bafethu asitshele ukuthi keep up on my what if you want to keep up because we are just so ahead of the game.
Retail motor industry ke mokgatlo o emelang ba automotive manufacturing le di-services tse dingwe. Ba sebedisana le mesita go lwantsha tlhokagalo ya di-artisan tse nang le bokgoni lefapheng lena. World Skills South Africa bona he ba leka batjha ba di-artisan ba qetellang di-apprenticeship tsa bona le matona a lefapha lena.
If you don't have that passion, this type of career will pretty much start to sort of die for you type of thing. So if you have that passion and you have that interest in motor vehicles and working with your hands, this is definitely the career opportunity that's sort of looking for you.
So mama ka phela thula always, so like ke nagana gore how can or ke thuse mama ka koloi ya hae because e ba problem ko yena. And so next time I think about 15 years. So ka bona gore actually e re ke etse something e nka mthusang maoledi ka koloi ya hae. Ke mo ke thomileng go fall in love le auto body repair.
Nako mathomo next I rata go painting mara ntong khatlha ya ba gore everything e diriwang go painting ka e tseba. Then from now ka e rata go painting. Since ke tsenela this competition ke rata even more because ke lena lo tse dintsi tse di different every day. I'm doing aircraft painting, mara now I'm doing automotive. Khono penta dikoloi, futhi khono penta le di-aircraft.
I've been in the industry for 30 years, and as a career option, this is a very viable proposition for people that have very good hand skills, have reasonable chemistry knowledge, and enjoy the automotive trade.
You wish I could fit Brazil because finally at this painting we go Brazil. So if ever we win more this competition, obali the opportunity to get futhi like we look at the awards for this thing we're getting.
Car painting has been identified as a scarce skill, and that issue needs to be addressed very, very quickly. I think the importance of a really good car painter in a body repair shop can be almost compared to a very good chef in a restaurant. The better the car painter, the better the finish you're going to get on the car. And we need good painters in this particular industry. We have exotic vehicles in South Africa which require specific hand skills, and the industry needs them.
Last year when we participated at the World Skills competition in Leipzig, Germany, our candidate received best of country and missed obtaining a silver medal by 2 points, which has never ever been achieved by any South African participant, so it's a fantastic result. So I think this year we're hoping to go one better, but I mean only time will tell.
This competition is tough. You have to really concentrate and focus. If you lose focus, then you're not gonna remember what you learned and everything. So especially over the time period we had to get to know these things. So it's really difficult. So.
So far, we completely by the structural. Actually, you take out a panel, you drill it out, and then after it's why repair, why repair, and then why we see it, why weld it, and then we finish it off, and then cancel a section whereby like we cut a piece of a door, and then you now I shape a hand why we set a new one. So far. Mosebetsi wa ka wa nthabisa, and for like competition everything is sharp, and yeah.
The aspect of having very young painters in the competition is quite important. Historically, the apprenticeship system that we had, people were becoming fully qualified when they were in their mid-20s or maybe even older. By bringing down the entry age level, it means that we are getting better qualified people in the industry a lot earlier.
Qualify for apprenticeship accredited le mesita o lokela go bana le dilemo di le 16. Di chambera tsa bona di na le ditlhokagalo tse fapaneng. Ke ka ho he wena o lokela go checkela website ya bona go fumana go ngata. Ko sekolong o tlhoka grade 10 e nang le English, Afrikaans le Maths le tse ding tsa di subject di le tse pedi kapa N1 trade theory. Kamera papatso, competition ya World Skills South Africa e a nyolohela. Hantse re latela yena Velem Nthabeleng le Thabiso ho ya mafellong.
Get some chilling with my drop top, exposing the motor industry. At the South African Automotive Week trade show and conference. RMI World Skills South Africa competition. I'm apprentice akamile khona la eMzansi.
I only started my apprenticeship recently, so there's a lot of things you have to really concentrate on, and you need to think what you need to do. So it's a bit difficult, but luckily for me, I've got the passion, and I've been working on cars since a little age, so been helping my father around. So
this initiative is vitally important for the industry as a whole in order to get young people aware of the trade and what it is to be an artisan again, and to make it attractive, So if you put sort of competitions like this together, a learner is sort of excited about getting involved in mechanics and what it's all about and things like that. So this type of initiative is vitally important.
It's quite competitive, but I mean, we're trying our best, giving it everything we have, and yeah, but the guys are really good. It's quite competitive.
Task ya mathomo be le go penta le bati la koloi re penta ka gare le ka ntle ka gare le penta primer base coat le clear coat ka montle le gona le peta primer le base coat le clear coat ne le task 1 ya rena plus the bonnet re dile bonnet la re pentile primer le yona re penta base coat ra penta le clear coat. Ngwanyana ke liwane and this thing is ke dira gore ke tswa maybe le literal mistake because attention ni konna na ke rati because batho ba ntse ba le tso ha ngwanyana liwane see.
Well, for me, the competition is important, but as well as the training is the better thing because I'm getting training that I'm not supposed to get in about a year or two. So it puts me in a bit of an advantage when I need to learn that stuff. So it's really good. It's really something else because at work you're just sitting at your bench and you're comfortable. Yeah, you're sitting in front of everyone, anyone can come and watch you. So it puts you a bit on the spot. So. Well, the apprenticeship first starts you off as just your basic mechanical engineer, or mechanic as people know it. And then from there on, when you qualify, you can start specializing in a certain area. Like if you want to go to gearbox, or if you're very good at something, like let's say gearbox, then you can go and specialize in that direction. So it just depends on person to person. So, because there's a lot of courses you can take after you qualified, which can put you in a different section.
I don't think that our education system is like the rest of the world, where vocational training is introduced at a much earlier age. I think in South Africa, in terms of the guys coming into the industry, they come out of schools that don't have technical training as much as they should perhaps, or as much as other countries internationally. So I think South Africa's late bloomers in terms of trades. But when it comes to the older guys, the guys that have got a lot of experience, I think we can compete on the international stage. But the youngsters, we actually got still a way to go.
I feel sharp, but more against the mistake, obviously, but so far so good. I feel sharp, and I think in some ways so sharp. Yeah.
I'm still an apprentice now. So if I feta, I wish I were a technician. From technician, I be inspector. At least I more exhibitor. Also, I bar training, you know. So then I wish I were a more.
Ngithi-ke mahustlers sekushubile kubovu bafethu njengoba-ke ochwepheshe bakule industry bazohamba-ke bayokwaninga imisebenzi kade yenziwa ama-hustlers wethu nabanye kade beku-competition bafethu sothi masibuye emva kwekhefu siyotshela ukuthi ubani kade umanqoba bafethu. So don't miss it, it's going to be massive. Ngithi hustlers sinilethela-ke imizuzu yokugcina bafethu ngaphambi ukuthi ama-hustlers wethu ahamba ayowahlula khona laphana-ke at the World Skills South Africa competition bafethu. Siphethe ama-hustlers amathathu a-compete across 3 categories bafethu. Bonke-ke banethemba lokuthi bangangena laphana ku-national team. Ngithi uNthabeleng, uThabiso naye uWilliam bapresile baphusha baphanda. Ngithi asabe sibona ukuthi elamnqamo lithini lona.
Mathomong a 2014 government e announced selemo sa di-artisan hobane naha ya rona e lokela ho sebetsa ka thata ho bopa di-qualified artisan tse dingata. Hona tje re bopa tse 12,000 ho na le 30,000 e hlokahalang selemong. Ho hotsho hore mesebetsi ena e teng ka bongata ba yona ho ba batlang ho latella trade ho na le university kapa FET route.
Congratulations to these 4 young men, all under the age of 22, in a very scarce and critical skill, which is automotive technology, or commonly known as mechanics. 2 of them will be going through to the next stage, and unfortunately we have to say goodbye to 2, but we know that they all are winners. Jason Stewart will announce who the competitors are, Jason will hand them their prizes, and then Stuart will proceed in announcing who the top 2 are. Over to you, Stuart.
Moving along, so let's look at the individuals, and I never got the names right during this one, but Rabelani, if you would. Always the one to smile was Rabelani. Okay. The split between the first and second was 0.25 of a point. Donald, well done. And then last but not least, Livu. Hey, my man. I just want to check it. In the 3rd year of their apprenticeship, and we've asked a lot of them, and I think they've done a really, really fantastic job.
No, I get ya, nekele nervous, nekele tsukilenya na rio wow pela like ke first day aka ke kala ntweki etsang, so like ke tsukile re competitors tselengwe they might be more advanced than in now, but in time ka realize or no actually kaofela are on the same level and nka khona o phadisana le bona.
I also want to thank them for their commitment and their enthusiasm that they've shown throughout the competition. I think it's been really, really great. They really just knuckled down and did the best they could, and I think the result was actually quite, it was actually brilliant for what they know.
All right, okay, so the moment you've all been waiting for, in no particular order, the names that I announce now will be the 2 individuals that will be moving forward in the competition. Again, if your name is not called, we thank you for your participation and I wish you all the best going forward. Okay. Okay, the first participant to go through is Willem now. Okay, the second and final participant to go through is Jason Dos Santos.
And the first one, in no particular order I must add, is Tabisu.
And now I suppose you want to know what I've got tucked under my right arm. Okay. The first person to go through is Rabelani. Followed very closely by somebody I've been calling Seema for the last 3 days.
Ngithi abomanqoba bethu abawu6 uphinde futhi babone khona la kumabona kude ngoMay 2015 bafethu njengoba bakompetela ukuthi bayongena lapha na ku Skills South African team. Ngithi ke uyazi nathi zabe sikhona lapha na sigibele indiza sibalandele eSão Paulo, Brazil. Lento lena kufana ukuthi ama-Apprentice Olympics. Ngithi will bring you all the excitement, all the learning curves, all the things that we're going to be doing right there. Mina ke mfana kaMtambo ngithi ngidonsa zonke intambo sengiphuma kanje. Ngithi yazi uhlangana nathi kuphi bafethu on our social platform sikhona and our website. Kodwa ngihlala ngitshela ngithi don't you dare look down, look up and stay up.